Hello, and thank you, loyal citizen, for tuning in to the second lesson of the FCI's Public Service Lesson Program. For today's lesson, we're going to learn how to distinguish the difference between a rebel and a terrorist. A rebel is an individual who brings together a group of people who present new ideas on how to run a state. One such example is this empire's great leader, Caspar von Frogius. Caspar is a man who changed out the old and outdated ideals of a Frogist state with more modernized and efficient methods of managing the empire, thus making your life better. Rebels, essentially are good and honest men and women who know the pros and cons of their nation, and want nothing more to improve them, which is exactly what Caspar did. Now that you understand what a rebel is, what is a terrorist? When we say terrorist, we aren't referring to a mass shooting or suicide bombing. Though these tragedies do fit the definition of terrorism, the type of terrorism we refer to today is something we'll call political terrorism. A political terrorist is someone with radically different and harmful ideals of running a state, who assembles a group of like-minded psychopaths to engage in an often violent campaign against the head of state, in order to brutally topple them and establish a new order, which we can guarantee you is always incredibly oppressive and harmful. We can assure you, the citizen, that these groups want nothing more but to overthrow the good and hard-working state to establish a destructive regime of terror, who will happily dispose of you and your loved ones to maintain their evil regime and continue their campaign of utter terrorism. One such example of political terrorists is the Restorationist group that was destroyed by the Frogun Civil Protection and Paupenschniffer unit in the city of Ferdinand. Had the Restorationists succeeded in their mission, they would have murdered Caspar, along with his wife and child, and then establish a regime that is perhaps as oppressive as one like the Third Reich. Do not trust anyone who has the ideals of a terrorist. The Frogun government is always more reliable than your closest friends or even your own parents. One such way you can contribute to the end of terrorism in the empire is by joining civil protection and cracking down on any and all movements of terrorism that spring up. Thank you, friend, for tuning into today's lesson. Hopefully with this new knowledge you can keep yourself safe and not become a terrorist. Remember that the Frogun government is a good source of propaganda which will educate and inform you properly. Be sure to hit subscribe and click the bell icon on the Frogun Empire's YouTube page to receive a notification when your comrades produce more information and knowledge purely for the people, and please join the official Discord, which is linked in the description and on the channel's bio. Thanks for watching and have an excellent day in our great empire.